Hi,
And
everyone.
We're live.
Welcome to Mathsquad Burning Wheel, take 3/6.
We are indeed.
Actually, that's not true. If you include the world building session, it's 4/7.
That's true. I'd like to
It's something.
and give a shout out to overclocking my computer. So if the stream goes dead suddenly, that's what's going on.
Shout out to Skype for glitching out and having two of you guys' windows. It has that mini window for when everyone's minimized, even though everyone isn't minimized. So right now I have two of Golden's face up.
Nice.
So
I'm not that pretty. Not that pretty. I went to a wedding this
Cool.
weekend,
nice.
and I have another wedding next weekend, but it's in Yellowstone.
Shout out to TD Bank. I went there to deposit some money about like an hour ago, and it wished me happy birthday. The ATM wished me happy birthday.
That's pretty cute.
That's a nice feature.
Interesting.
And I hope you will in the future bow down to your ATM overlords.
Well, considering if they're that nice, I don't think I'll even have to bow down. I'll just
They know all your personal information and have all your money.
I don't have a choice, but they're like, yeah,
They're like your best friends.
yeah, because they have to be, or else.
Or else.
Okay. Do we just want to get right into it?
Sure, do we want to start with bits or do we want to start with plot?
Probably bits would be.
Probably bits, because we know what's going on as a generality, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's do a quick overview. Like, if someone wants to sort of like rehash what happened over the last session, and then that could lead into, since we had a lot of conversation since last session about changing our beliefs and some of the instincts and stuff, and so maybe rehashing what happened last session will help reinforce why some of the beliefs changed to what they changed to.
Well, I think what happened last session, if you're catching up, depends on what happened in the first session. In the first session, we found some ruins. And the main thing that happened was my character got poisoned and spent 3 months in recovery. Whilst Zentropy's character, my character is Ernest, basically the fighter. Zentropy's character, Nico, basically the rogue. While me and Lord Edwin Whalefson went back to his land that he was in charge of to recover, he stayed to keep an eye out. That was the first session. 3 months later, second session, we came back. We went to the ruins. There are soldiers there from the ruins are in sort of like a no man's land in between, like sort of contested territory that previously, because it was heavy jungle, neither country really cared to fight over it. So the other side basically has sent soldiers, at least that's what we identified them as, to claim the ruins. Ernest finally beat some people up very well. It was Nico and Ernest fought a soldier and a soldier sergeant or lieutenant. Sent them running. One ran off on a horse. We snuck up to another while he was sleeping in his tent because his comrades suck and didn't wake him up. That's, if you ever get ambushed in the middle of the day or night, the first thing to do is wake your party.
And unless they didn't like the guy, maybe the guy's an asshole.
Well, he's tied up
that guy.
in his own tent, so we'll find out if he is or not. And that was where we ended the session. So this is resuming that. The pause has been pressed and is now about to be unpressed. So I think let's talk about bits and what our thoughts on them were between last session and this session.
And the reason we're super excited about this is because last time we got, nothing. So we're going to try extra hard.
We're power gaming Burning Wheel because you're supposed to power game Burning Wheel because power gaming is all narrative. and it's awesome.
So I said at the end of last session that I would want to like highlight each of your characters. And what I want to see from Ernest is I want to see him like I've seen him fight and I've seen him like fail spectacularly. I want to see him.
Hey, that was you.
No, when you were trying to heal the dude.
Oh, yeah, that was. Yep. Okay,
That
I
was just
accept.
poor decision making.
So now I wanted to see you investigate, interrogate this guy. I think that's going to happen no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
So what I want to do is convince Ernest to be more independent and proactive.
That's going to be interesting.
So what is that?
What does that look like? How do you know if you've
What
accomplished
does that look like as a belief?
Because if you accomplish that, I might lose my loyalty trait. I don't want to do that.
Well, I have an idea of how to do it, but how to make it into a belief. I would believe Ernest is a better servant if he can anticipate my needs. I should encourage him to act without asking me what to do.
Checking with you.
Yeah.
Okay. That you could convince him of that.
But what's the check there? Everything is passive there, right? Like
that's true.
If Ernest does things without checking with me, or I don't tell him something, then that's my belief.
The belief would be trying to get him to do it. Like if I pursued trying to get him to do it, it might be hard to tell when it was done.
Yeah, exactly. When did it go from black to white or from red to green?
Right. So maybe something like Ernest needs to learn to act of his own accord. I need to convince him that, he doesn't need my approval. He should just do it.
Oh, it's going to be like that Duel of Wits in the latest Burning Wheel game, where you're trying to convince me, you're trying to order me to not take orders from you, basically.
Right, but I still think it seems a little passive.
I agree.
Even though it was more succinct the way Zen put it. Really try to get something that could be like actively tested, or
I have a question.
Like at the end of the session when we're like, so whose beliefs? Like you can point to a specific thing you did.
Yes. Why does Lord Whalefson want Ernest to do this? To change to be like this?
I don't know if he would have, it would be something he would really want too much. It's something I would want.
Okay. So, honestly, I don't think we should use that as belief, but what's your character?
Yeah, and that's kind of the conclusion I came when I was thinking of what I wanted to highlight for each of your characters, is that just because I want to see it doesn't mean that there's a way to turn it into a belief.
True.
Right. I mean, the beliefs are supposed to highlight things you want your character to do.
Basically.
So
it's hard to it's really hard to make beliefs that involve another character.
So on that note, I did change one of my beliefs for Edwayne.
Right.
I like all of ours every session to be safe.
What's that?
Do we want to just reread all of ours every session for the viewers?
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, for the viewers, but also it's just a nice refresh to make sure you have them on the top of your mind as we start going.
Yep.
I think it's good always to refresh.
The first thing we should look at when we were asking what our characters would do.
Right.
Yeah, so my belief for Edwayne is now Edwayne's knowledge would be an asset to the organization. I must convince him to join our cause. So that is Nico is going to try to go
Recruits.
after Edwin and probably slowly at first feel him out a little bit, and then be like, all right,
Yeah.
there's this
Right.
group
Ask
of
him
people
leading
that
questions like,
you
what
know,
do you think about the continent, and
yeah,
Right,
and
hypotheticals.
So in my mind, getting a fate point for that belief is having some sort of conversation with Edwin about artifacts and or like how powers relate to each other, and like
Yeah.
sussing that out at some point, and
Well,
maybe
Something that we as
getting
players know
his
the organization is interested in.
right, or getting Edwin's opinion about it and having him talk to you about it. Something like that happens, and I think that would be a belief towards that, and you would get fate for it.
And would a persona just be having him literally join it?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
and a deed would be convincing him to take over the damn thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, Dean would be recruiting his father. That would be the deal.
Recruiting my whole island?
Recruiting your entire island and your father, who you said was even higher in political power than you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure how a deed would work there.
It would have to come at great cost to you.
Yeah.
What are your other beliefs and bits?
My second one is the guards that moved into the ruins are not here by accident. Someone is working against us. They cannot be allowed to take the treasure we seek. And the third one is Ernest seems to be weaker from his illness and may be less effective. I will not allow his weakness to jeopardize our success. As far as instincts, always work carefully and patiently when forging documents. If there's an opportunity to make money, take it. Never fight from the front. And my special instinct from my sixth sense trait is always on the lookout for danger to my cargo. As far as traits, for character traits, I have paranoid and rabble-rouser. Culturally, brash, one of us, and brutish. Die trait is sixth sense, and call-on trait for quiet, which means I can reroll or... What's the other option?
Tie.
Reroll or something.
Reroll or break
When a
Reroll
tie.
or break a tie on stealthy tests.
Cool.
Okay.
Did you see the whisper in roll 20?
Yes, I did.
Cool.
Did that whisper you back? I was actually wondering about that. Did you get something back from me? Because I whispered it back to the person that sent it, not to you
No.
specifically. Okay.
I did not.
So I will whisper to you specifically then
Okay.
in future replies.
So Ernest, I changed his beliefs quite a bit. I think only 2 of my 4, because I do have 4, because I have the loyalty trait, are the same. My first belief is new. I was wrong about Nico. He has fought by me and proven himself worthy. I enjoyed fighting by his side and wish to do so again.
Yeah. And that was
Yeah,
kind of because
That was because we
Nico
fought by him.
wrecked
And,
last
yeah,
session.
he did. You took out like...
Yeah.
That's
you
because
figure
my kill
than
count's
me.
higher than yours, yeah.
Well, if we include the little massacre, it's still higher. My second belief is also new. We found these ruins first, and I nearly died for it. I will vanquish these newcomers and not let them make these past 3 months be in vain. My second 2 beliefs, rather my third and fourth beliefs, are the same. Hugo Marwick, my once commander when I served in the Continental Army, left me to die once. I will return the favor. Meanwhile, though, I will show these islanders that not all Continentals are as cold-hearted as he. And my special belief, I am the assistant and guardian to Lord W. Doing what he says is most important, and protecting him is second most. I don't plan to mix these 2 up, as long as his coin keeps flowing. My instincts, the first 2 are the same, always ready to act in Lord W's best interest, and always maintain my arms and armor. I changed my third one. I believe that Ernest really wants to get back into shape and prove himself again, so now it is whenever I have free time, I will practice fighting.
Okay, and what is fighting?
Specifically fighting with the mace.
Okay,
Mostly-
so like
mostly
your,
fighting
your,
with
your,
mace.
your mace skill. Okay.
Yes.
But like as you
No.
said, like as you said, like you wanted to get back in shape and everything.
Yeah.
One of the other things is like in my downtime I will practice, for your power stat or or it could be the mace skill.
Yep. Can you practice health?
Yeah.
Oh, you can. What does that look like?
Wait, health? I'm not sure about. Stats? Yes.
Because health is an attribute, yeah. Like steel, circles, and resources.
Yeah, I don't quite remember that one.
I might actually practice speed, because speed is his lowest stat, and if he gets one more speed, he gets to go much more often if we use the fight rules. He only needs 3 tests.
It doesn't say anything about health here.
Okay, I'm just gonna practice. What does practicing fort look like? Because health is partially based off fort.
Fort is
Probably just endurance training.
like endurance, yeah, sort of endurance stuff.
Yeah, health is your average of your will plus your fort, both of which are 4 for me. And I don't think he wants up his will more than 4, so it'll definitely be. I think it will be fort.
Right.
He already has
But
a 5 in maces.
You do have a right, and you do have a cap that's pretty low for your health.
5, yeah. But right now it's
Yeah,
only
'cause
3, so I want to get it to a
Oh,
4,
okay.
and hopefully somehow eventually work off that sickly trait, but that's difficult.
Right.
I should get
Actually,
some magical healing.
How difficult is that, if I might ask? Like, what?
Trait
Well, it
vote.
says permanently in the description.
You would have to get it off as a trait vote.
Yeah, I would have to
So
basically.
not acting sickly.
Yes.
Which in my mind is trait votes will probably be on GM swaps to me.
Yeah, that seems about
At
right.
least that's kind of
Yep.
what I'm doing at it about right
Yeah.
now. So,
Makes sense. So it'll be a while.
but for your reference, a fort cycle for practice is 2 months.
At how many hours?
4, 8, and 16 for routine
At
difficult.
4, you can't routine fort because it's an attribute, which means it'll be 8 hours a day. I can't exactly do that during my free time because I don't have that much free time. I'm gonna stick with masons.
Okay.
You know, there was something that I read, something about lack of sleep leading to health tests.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's in the practice section.
Yes, maximum practice, page 48.
Purposefully make myself stay up late once a week.
That was fort
no,
tests.
fort.
Oh, fort test.
Oh, is
Yeah.
it fort? Okay.
Right.
I'm not convinced you can consciously
I
choose to do
wouldn't.
that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. That's.
But
power
it's like to resist like fatigue and stress because you're sleep deprived all the time.
Exactly. And knowing this game, that's probably not worth it. Because I'll just fall asleep in the middle of a fight or something ridiculous.
We'll vote the sleepy
yeah,
trait
but-
onto you.
But when we do push through the night doing something, argue for that fort test.
True.
So that way you can get it,
Okay.
you know.
Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, my traits, what they are, my 4 character traits are loyal to Edwin Wilfson, imperious, boisterous, and closed-minded, all 3 of which are cultural traits. I'm not sure which of them applies to Ernest. He's not at all boisterous, and he's sort of back and forth on both closed-minded and imperious. He's neither extremely nor not. He doesn't highly agree or highly disagree with either of those. My die traits are light sleeper, so I guess that helps with what we were just talking about. Stubborn, broken, and sickly. Stubborn and broken sort of go weirdly together because one means you're harder to argue against, one means you're easier to argue against.
Right.
How I interpret this is to the person I'm loyal to, Lord Edwin, I'm broken. To everyone else, I'm stubborn.
No.
That's not true? Oh,
No.
yeah, stubborn to us.
Stubborn is it adds to your die pool in a duel of wits if your statement of purpose
Yes.
immediately connects to one of your beliefs.
So stubborn is trying to convince me like not to serve him anymore, basically, like because I'm loyal. And that's
No, any belief.
yes, but that includes that.
Any belief.
Yes.
Broken in makes you easier to intimidate or persuade because you're used to servitude and slavery.
Okay.
So everyone going against you has a -1 ob.
It's not every persuade though. It's just intimidation, interrogation, command, which are basically all sort of
Oh, it's not
forceful.
persuade. Okay.
And
That's all the
seduction.
force ones?
And seduction as well.
Okay.
I'm not sure how that works.
I think those are the ones that make you
I
hesitate.
guess you're a sub by default.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a really good way of looking at it. Actually, you are emotionally submissive.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that is
not persuade. My bad.
okay. That is Ernest's beliefs.
Cool.
What are yours, Golden? You are frozen on my screen.
Oh, am I? I shouldn't be.
There we go.
Oh, there it goes.
Okay.
Really? I didn't even change anything. Okay. So, I haven't changed my beliefs, I guess. My first belief is I need to continually flee from the horrors chasing me or catching me will mark the end of the age. Other belief is the only evil is the evil of men, and their wealth belongs to me, as does Nico. Third belief is there's magic at work at the dig site. Find out if there's an artifact at the dig site, and if so, the history behind it. Instincts.
That's like a 3-part
No, it's
thing.
I only want to find out if there's an artifact at the dig site.
Your belief in
But,
magic
like-
is leading
like,
you to want
so-
to do this thing.
There is magic at work at the dig site.
Uh-huh.
Find out if there is an artifact at the dig site, and
Yep.
if so, the history behind the artifact. So there's like a 3-part thing to that.
The artifact is the form of magic.
right, but it doesn't need to be that specific, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like,
It seems like you're handicapping yourself for a fate point, or
Right,
for a
yeah.
persona point, because you only achieve that if you achieve the entirety of your goal, which includes the history behind the artifact. To me,
Yeah, you
I
could
you could just remove the
eliminate
history
some
part.
wording. Yeah, you could eliminate some wording, and it's more broad. Therefore, you can mine a little bit more fate from it. You'll still get the persona when you actually do it.
When you find the artifact. If you just remove the history part, doesn't mean you don't do it. You can still do it.
Yeah, I mean, that's my
Well,
instinct is to
If you,
investigate
Right.
the history.
it's actually better for you because if we find the artifact and we're still in the ruins next session, then you can make a belief about finding the history behind the artifact, and you get a second persona if you do that.
yeah, that's a great way to sort of like link beliefs together for a bigger thing.
Yep.
All right, well, I'll
The
just
art of
cut off the
constructing
part
beliefs
about...
is definitely a seminar that needs to be made.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we need a thing on that.
I mean, for me, like, find out if there's an artifact at the dig site. Like, it doesn't tell me how I'm going to do that.
No, but you already have why.
Nope.
You have that.
But there's
you
an active thing there. It's fine, right?
good.
Like,
Okay.
But then there's a bit at the end that's sort of while it
Right.
makes sense in the narrative, I don't think that needs to be in the belief.
Okay. But yeah, I just cut out that part. So now it's just there's magic at work at the dig site. Find out if there's an artifact at the dig site.
Yep.
If there
That's fine.
is, it's an artifact. If there's not, it's some other kind of magic. Alright. First instinct, when surrounded by darkness, kindle a fire, because he's a firebug. Second instinct, when I find a good man, find a use for him. And third instinct is ask the story behind any ancient item I see.
Perfect. So there's your history thing.
Yeah.
What if it's invisible?
What's invisible?
Well, you said
The
if you
artifact.
see the artifact. So what if it's invisible?
I don't think I... Oh, that's true. Well, it's an instinct, so it's supposed to get me in trouble. And also, it's not to find out the history. So, it's ask about the history. So, it's specifically an instinct to get me in trouble with people.
That is
That's true.
probably
I
going to
mean-
happen a lot.
Yeah,
Right.
depending on who you
Depending
talk to
on
about
if
the
there's
thing.
people to talk to.
right. Also, the thing, right? Like so, it's assuming there's someone to ask.
Exactly.
Or he just
Right.
wanders around being like, I found this magical artifact of power, everybody look, and then just gets mugged and killed,
Yeah.
and it's taken
Let's
away
go to
from
the
him.
nearest.
Yeah.
Ask them if they've heard of this magical lamp, which it's possible if they've heard it in like legends or tales or something like that.
Right.
We'll have in the museum, and we'll have like a seminar about what we think it could be, and then it gets stolen from the pedestal.
Okay.
Cool.
So-
And your traits?
What are your traits?
My
I
traits.
think we did Nico's traits. We'll get to him after. Did you?
No,
Oh,
I
he
did.
did his
I did.
traits.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have the mark of privilege, which gives me an 1D affiliation with nobility. I have the your lordship trait, which means that people need to call me your lord or I'll get upset. I'm superstitious about pretty much everything. I'm a know-it-all because I know everything and you don't. I'm also, my racial stats are stubborn, impetuous, and superstitious.
Cool.
Okay. So I think we're ready to begin. Do we begin with
As long as you call me
This
lord, it's
poor-
okay.
this poor man waking up and seeing the
Right. So
close face of Ernest just kneeling over, like kneeling down and like almost like nose to nose with him?
Yes.
right. So as we left off, Ernest and Nico, I think, trapped a person sleeping in a tent inside the tent, and so the tent is sort of wrapped around this guy.
Sleeping bag style.
Yeah, sort of sleeping bag cocoon style, right? And so then I guess he starts to slowly wake up after being jostled, and he starts looking around. What? Don't you know who I am? What are you guys doing here? Guards! Guards! And he starts shouting, and
So you're in charge here. Answer the
he kinda-
question.
kind of looks at you. It's like, of course I'm in charge. I'm here under strict orders to help find out what's going on here. You barbarous infant.
Ernest just has this probably a similar smirk to what I have on my face. He's just like,
he's. I'm trying to figure out what he would say.
Does that have like a noble bearing to him?
it's actually a bear.
Roll like a.
It would be
like
observation,
a wise or no, do you have like a wise of some sort?
No.
But he's
If he is a noble, then he has a +1 obs to hiding it
From you?
from anybody. That's the penalty of being a noble.
Oh, that's the
well,
that's the trait.
he's not hiding anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will roll a noble wise or whatever you want.
Or have you caught up with us? I can't remember.
I'm kind of watching from like 10 feet back.
Okay, so you're supervising the interrogation.
Yeah, I'm supervising this. As soon as
What's-
he like says he's a noble, or like then I'm
What's
interested.
Nico doing in the meanwhile?
He's standing
Miscreants.
about.
That's what he would have called you. Barbarous
Miscreants?
barbarous miscreants. Yes.
Oh, good. Ernest
He
finds
probably
this
hasn't seen Nico yet. Nico's standing about 20 feet behind him.
interesting.
Okay.
He's got his bow in his hand and an arrow in the other.
Oh, okay. Oh, just as a reminder, this is the day of the fall equinox, and so fall has ended,
Okay.
and tomorrow starts winter.
That is the worst.
Is that noble wise?
Yeah. Wait, that's not right.
And a +4. What?
That 3 should be a success.
Are you gray?
Yeah,
a
it's
4 is
gray.
a success.
Yeah, it's
Noble
great.
wise
It's based on perception. My perception is great.
Okay. So it's actually you succeeded that.
I succeeded at obstacle 1.
No, you got 2 successes then. Yeah, at obstacle 1, which was obstacle 2, yeah. Which was doubled.
Yeah.
So
If you put it on your being learned thing, you actually have to change the BGW in the character sheet.
Yeah, I missed that.
Oh, okay. So, right. So, yeah, okay. Oh, all right. He's not a he's not a noble.
Okay. Thanks for letting me know. I like interest in this guy's survival plummets.
Like, hey, he's not a noble. Fuck
Whatever.
I don't care.
There's honor amongst nobles. Common
How
folk,
long
not
have
so
you
much.
been here? Can't be more than 2 months.
Of course, it hasn't been 2 months. Who would stay here for 2 months? Don't you know
My
anything?
eyes
Nico
flick
kind
to
of just
Nico.
shrugs a little
Yeah.
bit. He's like,
My eyes flick up to him and then flick back down.
Please, take my money and go on your way.
"Oh, we'll take your money and,
Do you-
and other things, I think."
I guess
We
I
aren't here for your
what's
money.
behind it?
Yeah,
He
you're,
sees you.
I
Lord.
forcefully grab his chin and turn it back towards me. I'm the one you should be paying attention to. We aren't here for money, though we'll gladly take it as well. We're interested in the ruins. You say we found them first. Tell me everything you learned.
Oh, you were the interlopers. Okay. They said someone was
Interlopers,
here first. They left, though. Yes,
we're back.
thieves, interlopers, temple
You
looters.
really aren't making your
Take your pick.
chances any better for living.
Alright. He just kind of scoffs again. You have no idea what's going on. He says that.
Enlighten me.
I guess he couldn't do that because he's still all.
Yeah, he probably tries to, and then
It's like-
you can see
Yeah,
like his arm.
Gestures with his head.
Yeah, you see his eye.
He gives us a look.
I work here directly under Duchess Ortova. It is by her will I am here. You thieves are nothing compared to that.
Nico kind of like raises an eyebrow over at Edwayne just to see if he knows the name. Kind of like, you know,
Yeah,
Yeah, do I know this name?
anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would probably have some sort of wise check, but like I'm kind of gonna give you like a local culture of some sort for your backgrounds. But
Sure.
so like the local duchy or whatever. I just forgot what the name of it is. Hold on. So like the local town is Skav,
Right.
which is under the domain of Bryansk.
Riansk. Okay.
And Duchess Natalia Ortova is the Lord of Bryansk. Do you want me to type that stuff out?
No, we're recording
Sense.
it.
Natalia Ortova.
why don't you
Mornings don't
ping-
spell, though.
Why don't you ping where this duchy is?
At the capital, I think, near that river delta.
Is it the River Delta one?
Hold on, let me go back to that page.
Is she here?
Gotta go back. Yeah.
Cool.
I see you typed it in
So
chat.
she's-
Excellent.
I think that Ernest just like scoffs. It says, and this here, Lord Edwayne Wilson. You don't
That's
want to get in
mad.
our way. You don't want to get in his way. Now tell us what we know.
Wilson, some backcountry noble is out here.
I kill him.
All right. Well, what is that? I guess that would be a mace.
Yeah, let's see how
Mace test.
yeah.
All
Let's
right.
roll maces to see how long and loud the
Let's
kill
see
is.
here.
As
His
your
health.
as your
His
Sorry,
health is 4.
Okay. My mace is
So-
5. So that's pretty good. I think I get another difficult test then, because that counts as difficult.
as you're swinging, Nico's like, "No, didn't kill him. Didn't not. Oh, oh."
I look conflicted for a second.
Do you
Like,
like
Well, do
stop
you-
me? Because I didn't have my mace.
yeah.
out.
I don't know if I have time to stop you, but he's gonna yell like he's got
You have higher
information.
reflexes than I do. That's for
what,
sure.
what are your reflexes? Yeah.
Mine's 7. Sorry, no, low. Mine's low or bad.
My reflexes
anyway, Mace
are-
kind of like
3.
Noise.
So you are faster than me in reacting. So
Alright.
you can totally stop me. And I just look to Lord W.
Yeah, so-
and I look for like
Yeah,
the
Nico, you could say something.
Yeah,
So-
I'm like, no, didn't kill him. He knows what's going on around here, and we don't.
Can you roll a
Persuade.
roll a persuade,
me or
Nico?
okay.
against Ernest's will.
What's your will,
Yeah.
Ernest?
My will is 4, and since it's persuade, that does not get a -1 ob.
Okay.
But honestly, I probably just look to Lord W and see what he
Yeah,
says.
is Lord W doing anything as well?
He was conflicted.
But what is his? Does he have like a physical reaction to any of this?
Yeah, he's
You
like
just sort of
going.
wait and see what happens.
Not sure. I guess he just walks forward a little bit. Like, does the person plead for their life at all?
I guess he. Oh, this is all like in a split second, right?
Yeah,
So,
I know.
like,
So I don't do
I
anything in a
guess he
split
says that-
second. In a split second, I'm
he just-
hesitating.
well,
Okay, so you're hesitating.
so like this is all happening at once. So like, I see it as like
I'm reaching for my
Ernest
mace.
is like
Nico's
pretty much
like, no.
raising the mace
Yeah.
up,
Right.
and Nico's like, whoa, 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 and what is Lord Edwayne doing here?
He's
At that
making
time.
non-committal noises.
Okay.
Not
You're
committal.
hesitating. Okay, so yeah, roll that. So.
And yeah, so I guess the man's face is just sort of like his eyes are just becoming saucers and like disbelief, like just sort of like not believing this is happening at all.
He's like a
Jeez.
teenager. He thinks he's invincible.
So you said 4?
Or yeah,
It's not gonna be good. Oh, that was
Ooh.
Reed.
That was
Reed.
Reed.
Shit, hit the wrong button.
Well, that's a good thing, right?
4. There we go. Still not going to be good. Yeah, 1 out of 4. No 6s. Can't do anything. Yeah. But difficult test.
if it
Oh, I
takes
don't need
more
to
than
be-
one
yes.
hit to
I
kill the
need
guy,
routine.
Okay.
right. So Ernest, you don't really care.
I don't really care
Yeah.
about what Nico is saying right now. This guy just insulted my lord.
Right.
And I don't think that it has occurred to me to check with him. I assume that Lord W will want this guy dead for insulting him. So,
Right. He hasn't said anything otherwise. So
yeah.
if it takes more
but
than
there
one
is like
hit to kill him,
there is a pause, like while I consider what Nico has to say and then dismiss it. So you can react if you want to.
Wait, Mace comes down to here.
Yeah.
And then
Exactly. There's like,
and in that moment, the guy's like, he's not going to do it. Oh!
I'm saved. Do you see anything, Lord W?
yeah, if it takes more than one hit to kill him, then I'll stop you. You
Okay,
have
good,
one
'cause I
hit.
One hit. Let's see.
Everybody gets 1.
Everyone gets one.
Let's see if you can survive one hit. Maybe we should get one of those glass orbs.
Put it in his mouth and then it just crunches jaw closed
No,
around it.
because like the only reason
it
I would
wouldn't
like
fit-
that,
it wouldn't
unless
fit in his
except
mouth.
that they're AOE. Okay. Maces. I was like just about to roll it and then I canceled it because of that.
right.
Maces, difficulty 4, no modifiers. Not spending any Artha to do this. I do not. He's like nearly dead though.
Okay.
He's probably unconscious.
That's good enough.
Well, the Ob 4 was to kill him in one hit with one blow and a single mace because that's his health. But I didn't kill him. But I was one success away from killing him.
What's your incidental damage for your mace? Your eye.
Combat. My eye is 4.
Okay.
So that's got to be at least a
superficial wound.
Yeah.
Possibly a light.
It's a superficial.
Okay, so he's just I knock him out basically.
No.
No, not even.
No, you just bruise him up a little.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
Oh, I don't need to do
screaming vitriol at this point. He has no idea what's going on. He
Okay.
is super pissed.
Cool. Yeah, I think that the next person to react would be Edwin.
Yeah. So what's Edwin doing after the
First hit.
mace slap?
Yeah, so it just kind of hits him real bad. Then I'll just walk over.
Yeah.
And he's still tied up in the tent canvas, right? So I just like put my foot on his chest and pin him to the ground.
Okay, I step back and give you the
Like-
floor.
Give me one
I
reason.
assumed, like he was like being set up or something, but
The way I remember it is that you guys wrapped him up in the tent last.
Yeah, I was sitting him up, but you can totally just like shove him onto the ground.
Yeah, like now he got pushed up. Now he's on the ground.
okay.
I got my foot on his chest. Like, give me one reason why I should let you live.
Roll intimidate.
All right.
Op 4.
I'm gonna fail that, just so you know.
You can add a advantage dice for fictional positioning.
It's untrained. It's up
Ernest.
score. Yeah.
You still have you still get an added 1. So.
Okay.
Because Ernest is helping a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize I was helping.
Go ahead and help.
By smacking the guy in the face.
No.
I mean, I
It
was
wasn't-
like, paying attention.
It wasn't like help. It was the
Can I help?
situation you created.
I would like to
No.
help. Okay.
You can't help because it's untrained.
Yeah.
Oh, you're on train. Okay.
Yeah. So
Oh, I
He
thought
just looks at
I
you.
thought that was clarified to you can't fork, but you can help with untrained.
I
no,
don't think so.
I
Okay.
haven't heard.
I don't think you can
Right.
help because it's you don't have the skill.
Yeah, you're unhelpable basically.
Right.
But I could be wrong.
Because I just
Or
remember
You can be helped, but you
I
can't
think it
help
was the
others.
last episode of Burning Wheel. They were talking about it, like
Okay.
that you can't
check it
fork,
out.
but you can help.
Maybe you can not help others on a thing, but if you're rolling a skill you're learning, you can be helped by someone who already has that skill trained. Narratively, that makes sense to me, but I don't know if it's true. Like, if it's not true, then it's not true.
You can make
Yeah,
a
I'm not
links
sure.
test.
Nico can look that up. But,
Yeah, I'll
So
But if
I'm
I
not very
can't help
intimidating.
you- Yeah,
Well,
you
no,
still fail no
you're
matter
not.
what, even if I help you.
So yeah, he's kind of looking at everything. He goes, "You guys are already doomed." Well, I guess I'll roll and then. Let's see here. What is your will, Edwin?
It's will 2.
Oh, you increased it.
Yeah, it went up.
I still find that hilarious. Oh, I have some interesting.
Intimidate
ideas.
is based on will, right?
Yeah.
I think pretty much every persuade thing is will based. Or yeah, it's actually both based on will and versus will. While they're talking, I think Ernest wants to look this guy up and down. Does he have the build? Does he look like a soldier at all?
Roll a soldier wise.
Ob
Ob
1?
1.
Okay.
So he looks at Lord. What?
Wait, what? Rolling 2 equals 2.
Oh.
Why did it just not actually roll the
Wow.
die? It didn't roll the
He
dice.
just rolled 2 1s.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, because
Wow.
it's wounded.
So
I'm not.
he looks at Lord Edwayne.
Oh, he is.
He goes, "You guys are already dead. It doesn't matter. You're dead." He's trying to intimidate you, but you don't care.
Cool.
Do you know what's in the ruins, child?
Of course I know what what are in the ruins. That's why I'm here.
And you know we're probably all dead just for going in there.
Only the first ones.
Oh, is that what they told you? Okay.
Well, that's what I read.
What did you read? What makes you think that you're safe?
Sir, you know, he might have that book around here.
No, I want to hear it from him. Let's see how good his research was.
I can't read, or I would start searching the camp for the book. But I can't read.
Trying to bait him.
Are you searching around at this point?
I assume there's probably more than one book, and I wouldn't know how to distinguish between the two if there were multiple books. So I'm still there, right behind him, right behind Lord Edwayne.
Right.
If this guy
But you're
reads,
not,
he might have. Not yet.
Okay. He looks at wrong page. No. So many pages on roll 20. It's hard to organize.
I think Ernest does look at Nico and says, "Nico, can you read?
Of course I can read.
Go find me a book. Go find Lord W.
What?
book, rather."
You don't read. No, you don't need to read to find a book. You know what the book looks like, don't you? It's about this big. It's got pieces of paper in it. Looks like this. You ever see one of these?
That's a big book.
You can find the book and other people can read it for you.
I think I'm just looking, like pointedly looking at you and then looking at this guy. Like I'm gonna stay here with him. With
all right,
the
prisoner. Nico kind of laughs a little bit and goes to look for a book.
There are many like it, but this one is mine.
Exactly. But if you find 2 books, how will I know which is which?
Your head will explode.
Yes. What if I only have the maximum encumbrance for 1 book? Because they're really big. And then...
Oh, man.
But yeah, just to go back to what I was looking for, I cannot find anything that specifically says you can help. However, I can't find anything that says specifically that you can't. So,
okay.
It's in the beginning.
6 to 1, half dozen the other.
It is still...
I'll find it during the break.
Okay.
Let's
I'll keep that in mind.
That's 10 minutes from now. Cool. So... yeah, I'm...
In response to Lord Edwayne, the man kind of looks at him and he goes, the sacrificial room says everything is meant to keep everything inside, not out. That's how I know we're fine. Everything's a deterrent.
Ernest is doing this.
The correct translation is that if you enter the room, it will be bad for everyone.
Of course it will be bad for everyone. Who's going to want Keeldon to come out?
Nobody.
Exactly.
And you think you're safe. Just scoff.
Yes.
I'm like, if you were safe, then why would it be bad for everybody if Kilden came out? Like, think about that.
What are you? What?
I'm deconstructing his argument.
Right. Well, like
That's
what,
how you
what
argue
are you
with
trying
rhetoric.
to do here? Right.
I'm trying to
Like,
I'm trying to like draw out as much information as this guy knows by like baiting him with this argument.
It sounds like you're trying to roll rhetoric, aren't you?
I would like to, yes.
Is it rhetoric?
I think it is.
That
Rhetoric
sounds
is
like
like
along those lines.
rhetoric is different, I think, in Burning Wheel from my understanding of it.
Yeah.
Because I took a class called rhetoric in university.
Well, like we
Rhetoric
talked
is a
about,
form of
Literally defined
discourse
as like public
is a form of discourse centered on the conveyance of thoughts, ideas, and concepts in the interest of winning an argument.
That actually seems to make sense to me.
let's see. Are
Obstacle
you looking at the
perception
Burning
of
Wheels?
The victim.
Yeah.
Because it sounds to me like you guys are arguing about the
Yeah,
ruins,
page
basically.
290.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So the obstacle is perception of the victim,
Okay.
and there's a lot of forks you can do.
Oh yeah. What's his
Can I
perception?
help with intimidate by simply being menacing behind him, with probably
Yes.
holding my still a couple blood
Nice.
specks on of his blood on my mace like this?
Yes.
Cool.
Well, I guess I could fork in sorcery wise because we're arguing about the sorcery.
You're arguing about artifacts and ruins, but
Sorcery wise, not covered it. It's fine.
I said sure.
Okay.
It's just because you're talking more about curses and stuff.
Yeah, sure. And I guess I could fork in ancient languages or ancient history because we're talking about interpretations.
Ancient history, yeah.
One of them, yeah. Okay, two. So that would bring me up to 5. What's his will?
And you get 1 from Ernest for helping.
I'm helping by being.
Yeah, I was
awesome.
counting that already. 5.
His perception is 5.
Whoa.
He's edumacated.
Okay.
Yes.
I love how that word for educated actually has an extra syllable in it. Strange.
Can I bring in a die from symbology?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll bring me up to 6 dice.
But
You have astrology?
what about any
No.
of your conversational things?
I have
Like, what are your
oratory
social
and rhetoric.
skills?
Those are my social
Okay.
skills.
Or what oratory?
I don't think oratory is correct here.
Nico's not here right now.
Okay.
I'm looking
Sure.
for a book.
All right.
Roll a perception,
I
Nico.
want to find the book. Okay.
Up 2.
Yay, up
Okay.
to.
So, I see green. Yes.
Oh!
Nice.
So that's a difficult test for you. So that's a. Is it the same test? I can't remember. When I help do with my intimidate skill of 3, is it
You
versus the number
Get a help for versus ob 5.
versus ob 5? Okay,
You-
it's not
You
whatever
get a
they
test
class.
versus ob 5 for
That's
intimidate.
totally challenging. Awesome.
I found a book.
So you didn't find a book, but you found a lot of notes and a lot of like sketches or like etchings of
See,
like things
Ernest
you've
would
seen in
not
the
have
walls and stuff.
any idea about that.
So, but
Okay.
yeah, you find note-esque academic papery things, of which Ernest may or may not have given a crap about.
I probably would have eaten them.
or
Oh, great, you
more
found
likely
toilet
you
paper.
used it for the other end of that cycle.
Yes.
Yes.
Or burned them because it's cold.
okay, so-
and I know that Lord Edwin needs a constant supply of fuel.
Yes.
Right. So the conversation goes as you want it to go.
Nice.
Lord Edwin. Do you want to act it out, or do you just kind of want to ask me questions about what you would know?
Not entirely sure how to act it up. I think it might be annoying to our viewers if I just act like a troll for an hour.
It is mostly just like you like saying like, but
Taunting him.
you're basically just criticizing his arguments, taunting him, pointing out like
Right.
very tiny fallacies.
And every so often, Ernest like looks menacing.
Yeah, I'm basically like standing there and I occasionally like grunt,
Yeah.
nod.
Right, yeah.
That's a hell of a sight. Him using circular logic with a thug behind him.
My
Right.
mace is circular. You don't want to mess. You don't want its logic.
Yeah. And one of the dice that was a success definitely was one of Ernest's helping. So
Oh yeah.
Cool.
that's definitely how you got above.
I imagine he just got like quite flustered, and
Yeah.
that's
yeah.
basically what
He
happened.
gets
and then
pretty
he looks
flustered,
to me, and then
and after a
starts
while,
sweating.
he starts looking at Lord Edwin in a new light. He starts just being less hostile with his answers and stuff, and
Yeah.
less scoffing and everything. He still does not like Ernest at all.
I take a couple steps
Wait a minute.
back.
Wait a minute. Did
If
you
he's
just say he
being
was scoffing?
Scoffing.
scoffing, he was being less "I'm better than you,"
Scoffing.
which is good because no one's better than Lord Edwin. So I take a
Nobody.
couple steps back now that he's shown the proper respect.
Yeah. And so, like, maybe at the
And
beginning
I
of
sheath my
this,
mace.
it was a lot of, like, back and forth accusatorial rhetoric and stuffing, but after a while, like, it sort of almost ends in an academic debate of some sort.
Okay.
Right. Exactly.
So I agree with this, but I disagree with this, and I think we can come to a conclusion that this leads to, and then at the end, both of you guys are nodding.
Or pretty much any time Austin's character speaks in the
Yes.
Roll20 Burning Wheel, it's kind of like that at the end.
Oh yeah. So I'm like,
yeah, I think just ask Sith some questions, and then what information do we learn?
yeah. So I want to know: is the thing that's locked up actually going to come alive? Do they have actual proof of that?
Oh, am I back?
Yep.
Yes.
Did you hear what I said?
No.
Said I would like to know if they have actual proof that the dead guy is going to come to life if we go in there.
No.
Okay. And all they know about it is from the writings on the wall, like we did.
No. There's more of it. He's gone into the actual place past where you guys stopped,
Oh.
and so he knows. Yeah.
Okay.
And so he's seen further in, and he knows it's a. Let me see here. It's a tomb for Keelden. Keelden, and it's set there to protect everything from the old kingdom, I guess, that he used to have
Mm-hmm.
in the previous age.
Nice.
And so there's this ominous prophecy of ensuring everything stays the same because he'll be needed for the next stage.
Interesting. So it's like the
Could you
King
roll-
Arthur? King Arthur?
Kind of.
But
So,
evil
like-
King Arthur.
Yeah.
You got
This
a
is
bunch
kind
of
of one of
built to
those.
the tomb. That can't be
Right.
that bad of a guy.
Okay.
And there's a. He doesn't say anything about resurrect or like if the body will come back to life, but like he does explain that like in the inner tomb, it's a bunch of orbs and jewels surrounding a big block of ice that has something fairly small in the middle of it. And they've been working at it for like most of a month trying to get into what
Like trying to like mine it
They've been
almost.
trying to mine
pretty
through the
much.
ice? Ooh.
Yeah.
Is that what they
To
think
get
the
whatever in the
magical
middle.
item is inside that block of ice?
It's the
It's ice in the jungle.
From what he could tell, is that's the body of Keelden.
Why would they want the body of Kilden?
Cryogenics. Of course.
So I don't know wow, I am failing at words today.
It's okay.
But I'm not sure what skill or obstacle thing would be like figuring out like why this would be important.
I mean, just asking him why would he want the body? Like, bodies aren't worth that much.
Of what value is this?
He kind of looks perplexed, and he's like, Keeldon isn't a body.
Interesting.
So at that point, I'm walking up with the notes and stuff, and I hear that. So
Yeah.
what is he then? What's this Keeldon?
I say you found something.
Well, Wooly, he kind of wait. Hold on. That'd be some kind of wise. All right.
I don't think that would work, but it might work.
Oh, all right. He doesn't figure it out. Wait. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Those are 4 1s. If this was Shadowrun, he would
Yep.
have had a
Glitch.
critical glitch.
Yeah.
Critical glitch.
Yeah. So he I guess he just looks at Nico. He goes, Keeldon. The Keeldon.
So he has no idea.
In case you couldn't tell from the accent, I'm not fucking from around here. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So
He just
I
kinda shrugs at
hand
this
the
point.
papers to Edwayne, figuring that he can decipher these things well better than my
Yeah.
read too.
It occurs
And,
to me to take a quick glance around to see if there are any other people.
Well, that was going to be my
you-
next question to the guy: is how many people are here?
Well, you guys remember from last session, right, that like Nico took those first 2 with
Yep.
arrows,
He just
and then one
wrecked them.
bolted, right, and one
Yeah.
bolted, and then he came back with the sergeant who tried to intimidate all of you, and then you guys went into a brief fight with that, and the sergeant took off on a horse, and the other one made a beeline
To the ruins.
for the ruins, right?
Yeah. So we know there's one in there.
Right. So there's at least one guy around somewhere.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just want to look around. Not only, but I'm mostly, but not entirely focusing on the ruins. I think that. So my intention is to see if anyone is like nearby. If the man is inside the ruins, like hiding, then I wouldn't at all know what he's there. I just want to see if anyone's like listening or watching that we don't know about. Should I just roll a perception, or I don't know? Okay. Lag.
A lot of your talk there just like split up a bunch, and it was really hard to parse. What are you looking for?
My intention is to notice anyone that would be listening or hearing to our conversation that we don't know about. So anyone like, are you still getting lag?
A little bit.
Okay.
So trying to find someone that's eavesdropping. If they're hidden, that's observation.
Oh, that is totally observation. Do I have observation?
It's perception.
Okay. And I would like to, I want to spot anyone else in around the area. In the ruins, I don't consider around the area, but anyone.
So like you're kind of like.
Yeah,
Making,
maybe I
making, like,
quickly walk up to the top of the nearby hill and take a look around and then walk back.
Okay.
I might walk somewhere else depending on if I see anything.
In addition to that, you could probably also, if you wanted to, sort of like based off the camp and the living space, you could sort of figure out how many people have been living here for a while. That is something within your
That is
purview.
totally true. That's a good idea. I'm going to do that. So that's what I'm going to do.
I'll
would be a soldiering test.
Oh, never mind.
Well, how do you help?
I could help with perception, but if it's a skill test, then
that would be a skill test.
Yeah.
So if you had like a wise or something, that could help them. But,
I don't think tactics helps. Tactics is more like for
no, it would be more like logistics.
Yeah. Okay.
But this would be a soldiering test for you.
What's the? Yeah.
Probably it's going to be a pretty low op. I'll probably let you do soldier wise as well.
Oh, that's true. Because these guys are all soldiers.
Right. Well, except the one dude.
Except that guy. Well, I don't know.
But yeah, you don't know that.
Could observation help?
Observation, in my opinion, could totally help. But what's it described as?
It's more for finding stealth people.
Well, let's take a break. It's been an hour.
Oh, yes, it has.
Actually, it might be soldier. Yeah.
So we can look it up for 5 minutes after we're ready. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll be back shortly.
Yes, first hour complete.
Keep the wheel burning. Be right back.